welcome to Silverstone for the second round of the historic Formula 4 2000 Championship, which will also incorporate the RS Classic Formula 4 2000 series to make a big grid of Formula 4 2000s here on the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. In qualifying, it was the classic Formula 4 2000 car, the Van Diemen of Ian Pearson, that set the pole position in time, but it's the best of the historic cars. Well, that's Andrew Park. He starts alongside him, showing that really it's going to be quite close between the two categories. And that Mark Mercer in a classic car starts third, and Nelson Rowe in a historic car he's fourth, followed by Ben Stims, Andy Storer, Graham Ridgway and Colin Wright. 29 car grid, and cars are headed towards the start line to start this 20-minute race on the Grand Prix circuit. We ride aboard with the 51 car of Graham Ridgway to start 7th place. A rolling start this weekend on the HSCC International Trophy weekend. Big grid all weekend here at Silverstone, so to move things on, we start with a rolling start. The lights go up, away we go racing. That car head down towards top corner then for the first time. And is Ian Pearson going to be able to take that lead, the Polish lead that looks like he's got Ben Simmons, but staring sideways there ahead of Andy Storer. Graham Ridgway's got a good run as we head down towards the Beckett Essex for the first time. And yes, it is Pearson that leads, but it's Andrew Park, the best historic car, with Nelson Rowe behind. Then we've got Mark Mercer's classic car in fourth, ahead of Ben Simmons, then Storer, Ridgway and Wright is your top 8 as this massive grid of the Formula 4 2000 machines flow through Beckett and Maggots and head on to the hangar straight. And we can ride on board now with Mick Whitehead, who's challenging the car ahead. That's Colin Wright. This is for 8th position overall, 6th for the historic cars, I think. And Whitehead's gone down the inside into Stowe Corner, and he gets a bit sideways on the middle of the corner, but he's got it done. He's ahead. Slightly further up the road, Graham Ridgway is trying to challenge Andy Storer out of Club Corner. Heading down towards Abbey Pass in the wing pits. Storer hanging on for now. Abbey not particularly overtaking spot. It's very far through there. Now down into the loop, very late on the race. That's Storer to stay ahead. Look at the group of cars in front. That's the battle for the lead. Andrew Park leads the battle of the lead of the historic class. It is Andrew Park with Nelson Rowe all over him. And here comes Jeremy Main. He's headed through the complex too. Plenty of battles all the way through the grid here. Onto the Wellington Straight we go. We're side by side ahead. That looks like Davey Walton battling with Stephen Glasswell into Brooklands. It's Glasswell down the inside. He gains his place. Going ahead of Walton, that gets a bit sideways. He runs almost off the circuit there at Brooklands, and now we turn through Luffield to complete the first lap here. Long laps, of course, at Silverstone. Over 2-minute lap times here. Now the leader's heading back down towards Beckett. It is Ian Pearson that leads. He's pulling away from the historic leader, sending out Nelson Rowe. Nelson Rowe has taken the lead in the historic category. He's just ahead of Andrew Park. We've got Mercer and then Sims, who's third in the category, ahead of Andy Storer. The cars flow through. You see plenty of battles throughout the pack. There's a bit of a gap there. And then leading this next group, that's Rodney Tofflin, one of the Van Diemen from the classic class. And car running out very wide there. That's the 49 machine of Glyn Davis. Hopefully he'll be able to continue though. Jeremy Main down the hangar straight into Stowe Corner. We're chasing the 77 car of David Walton here, the Royale. We're on board with Main's Reynard as we head down towards Club Corner. And we're using the classic Grand Prix circuit here, so not having to use the chicane about a very quick corner this is. And a few cars had a spinning qualifying here. A lot of rain yesterday, and the car was just hitting the water and losing it at a very high speed. Of course, here Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, good run-offs, and that means nobody came a cropper there, although one or two cars did elsewhere. Through Abbey then, down towards the loop. Hard on the brakes here, these two hairpins. It's a four-way battle. David Walton there all over the back of Stephen Glasswell, who he lost a place to last time. In turn, Glasswell is challenging the car ahead, which is Chris Levy's 1983 Van Diemen. So down the Wellington Straight they go once more. The leader's already exiting Copse and coming down towards Beckett's. It's Pearson that leads then in that Van Diemen. Then Nelson Rowe and Andrew Park having a great battle here for the lead of the historic Formula 4 class. They both fling their way through Beckett's. Then Benson, he's third in the category. Fourth is Andy Storer. Fifth is Graham Bridgeway. In sixth is Mick Whitehead. And the next of the classic, the historic class is there, 75. That's Colin Wright. Meanwhile, through Woodcote, Jeremy Main having a great run here. Slipstream in the car of Walton. Walton having to defend. And not quite side by side into Copse corner. Main not going to go round the outside, but he gets to chop back as running out wide as Walton. Now the two cars are side by side just about, heading down towards Beckett's, but Walton is just about going to hold on to the place. Great battling. Long series of S-bends. Great place to watch at Silverstone there. See more battling. There's the Super V car of John Stapleton. He's just ahead of Robert Pearson's Delta. Next group of cars through, and yes, look, there's the Glenn Davis car still continuing. Take a replay of that first lap. A great sight through the Beckett Maggots complex of the field on that first lap. Nose to tail stuff. Back to the action then. Next, Jeremy Main. We can ride on board if this battle continues between him and David Walton underneath the Silverstone bridge, heading down towards Brooklands. Sitting in the slipstream here is Main, looking to the inside for Brooklands. And Walton holds on to the place. In these lower powered single seater cars, with Silverstone Circuit such a wide place, various lines can be taken and to give the same kind of lap time. There's Ian Pearson, the leader. Nelson Rowe, second place overall, but leads historic class. In third place is Park, fourth is Mercer, then we've got fifth place for Ben Sims. In sixth is Andy Storer. Seventh, Graham Bridgeway gets a bit of a slide on there. Then we've got eighth place, but that's Andrew Smith, is it? No, there's a few cars ahead. We're looking at the Andrew Smith Royale RP27. Here's Stephen Glasswell. He's managed to get the better of Levy, and now Walton right behind him, and Jeremy Main, one of our camera cars. There's Fraser Collins. He's moved to the front of this quartet. He was at the back of it earlier on. It's Rodney Toft behind him. Then you've got Stapleton and Robert Pearson. Next up is the 35 machine of John Conway of Van Diemen in 1982. Meanwhile, we go back on board with Graham Bridgeway. Tries to close back in on Andy Storer. Oh, it's Storer there, clipping the apex of the car. Broke away from there. Now the two cars are going to be nose to tail, heading through Luffield. Complete another lap. This is about the fourth in the historic Formula 40,000 category. Through Woodcote we go then. Complete the lap, heading down towards Scott Corner. Cars there. Here's the battle for the lead in the historic Formula 40,000 race. Nelson Rowe just ahead of Andrew Park. Park's the winner last time out at Castle Coombe. So a good battle between the pair of them there as well. Ben Sims, he sits third. Then here's its battle for fourth. It's Storer just ahead of Ridgeway as they turn through the corner. Ridgeway takes a bit of a tighter line. And then the sixth place car, Mick Whitehead, gets badly blocked by one of the slower cars there. That's the 19 machine of James Stewart, the Crosley. Now Whitehead will come under pressure from Colin Wright, who overtook, remember, down the Hangers track on that first lap of the race. There's Stephen Glasswell in the 18 car, leading that quartet of cars with Jeremy Main at the rear of it. Ridgeway looking down the inside of Storer and Stowe, can't make it work. Storer runs out wide, almost four wheels off the circle there. Close eye, that kind of thing there. Through lap corner we go. And Ridgeway this time has a big slide. Storer made a mistake a lap or so ago. This time Ridgeway does similar. And he's probably back to that 1.5 seconds or so. Fraser Collins then leading this quartet. We're taking a change at the rear of it because John Stapleton has fallen behind Robert Pearson's Delta. Then we've got the 35 car, that's John Conway just ahead of Glyn Davis, and then the 20 car, David Margetts, the Dulon. Let's have a look then on board with Mick Whitehead. See he's catching that Crosley at a fair rate of knots. And they looked like they would move down the inside, and then he shut the door. I'm sure Whitehead won't be too pleased with that, and now he's under pressure, of course, from Colin Wright's Reynard, so we'll have to see how that one goes as the race concludes. Here's the battle for the lead in the historic category, and it's a change for the lead. Andrew Park has passed Nelson Rowe. Rowe goes very wide with their big slide for the Reynard. Then Ben Sims in third, but it's the new leader in the HSCC Historic Formula 4 2000 race here at Silverstone. It is now Andrew Park that leads, the winner at Castle Combe. There's Storr and Ridgeway battling for fourth. More traffic to deal with through Beckett for Whitehead. He's pulled a bit of a gap out once more to Colin Wright. In 8th place in the race for the historic cars is Andrew Smith. Next up, Stephen Glaswell, who's got a classic car between him and David Walton, and then you've got Jeremy May next up in the 6th car. Back on board with Whitehead, through Club Corner we go. Using the curve nicely there. Bit of a slide between the two apexes of the right hand element of Club Corner. Now Fraser Collins is next up with a classic car of Rodney Topham behind him. It's battled all the way through the field in this combined race. Great stuff around the Silverstone circuit. There's David Margetts. Now we can ride back on board to Graham Ridgeway, who once again is close back in on Andy Storer. Storer takes a bit more swooping line there through the hairpin. Maybe being able to pull out a car left on Cooper Ridgeway. Let's have a look at a replay here. Jeremy May attacking David Walton down into Cops Corner. Battle this pair have been having pretty much the whole duration so far. There's Andrew Park then, the race leader of the historic Formula 4 2000s. Ahead of Nelson Rowe. Ben Sims there in third place. Remember, you've got the classic car of Mark Mercer between him and Rowe. And what about the battle between Storr and Ridgeway? Because that's been ongoing, we've been following. It's still Storr in the Pooker Pies liveried Reynard ahead of Ridgeway. A year older machine. Then you've got Whitehead and Wright. Still pretty much nose to tail there. Stephen Glaswell is still under pressure here from Chris Levy. He got past him a few laps ago. There's David Walton. Back and forward with Ridgeway we can go. Getting kept a much tighter line into the corner there. Dora takes the swooping line. Hard to tell really which line between them is the better. They throw on corner exit. Now we head onto the Wellington Straight down towards Brooklands. Which ways cars are busy this weekend? Jordan Jealous will be racing it in the Derek Bell Trophy races, which seems to refer to priority of machines, included Michael Ryan in 1977, which will be winning the McLaren. Which way? Fifth place in the historic category, and a big slide through Luffield, continuing to slide the car through the corner there, and Storer may be able to fly a car left also through that. Through which coast they go then, flat out easy in these cars, down towards Cops Corner. Look, Wabby's there, he's fast. Corner right on the limit through there. Down towards the Becky Testers. Further back, well, it's a change, isn't it? Because Chris Levy has got his Van Diemen ahead of Stephen Glaswell in his Reynard. There's Ian Pearson, the race leader. 1983 Van Diemen. Park and Rowe still nose to tail stuff. Great battle for the lead once again, like it was between the pair at Castle Coombe. Mark Murphy is in 4th overall in the combined race, and Ben Sims is in 5th in the 1977 Reynard. Gap back to the Storer and Ridgeway dice. That's been going on for the majority of the race. We've got Whitehead and Wright. They've also been having a good battle. And there's Andrew Smith, or Jeremy Main, who again is somebody else that's been having a battle for the most of the race. With David Walton, him and the Levy and Glasswell battle just maybe pulled away a slight because that was a quartet car. Now it's 2 pairs. Silverstone circuit providing good racing here. Most people won't be able to find somebody else to battle with. Now in the slipstream is Main, on board with Reynard SF79. Walton in the Royale, we're looking down the inside into Brooklands. Not quite able to get alongside enough, and Walton carries the speed through the corner, slide on the exit into Luffield. He's just mixed the first apex of Luffield and Luffield, a corner where you can take lots of different lines and carry the speed through the corner. That's exactly what he's done. We're not able to challenge into Cops Corner, are we? Because we've got a good run through Woodcote Corner and heading down towards Cops. We're not quite close enough for a challenge. We closed good time there, did Jeremy Main. Good battle there too. That's Clint Davis and David Margett. Ben Sims, big slide through Beckett. Long drift there, but he held on to it nicely. Ridgeway, well, he's took a bit off of Andy Storer now, hasn't he? Oh, behind 4th and 5th in the historic category. Head onto the hanger straight once more. Stapleton. Now we've got a head of Rodney Top, so that's going to change since we last saw them. Abbey Corner, we spoke about how to corner this. Whitehead head through there now. Pearson then for the final time, heading through the Beckett S's, on his way to winning the 2nd time this season in the Classic Formula Ford category, and Andrew Park doing similar in the HSCC Historic Formula Ford 2000 Championship, looking to win here at Silverstone. 2nd Rowe and 3rd Sims. 4th is Andy Storer. He's definitely pulled away now from Ridgeway. Being lapped there, the quality of James Stewart. Mick Whitehead ahead of Colin Wright. Next up, Andrew Smith. He's just fallen away from that pair, but is likely his 8th in the historic category. There's Stephen Glasswell, who's 9th. Ahead of Walton, who has gone missing, hasn't he? Jeremy Main coming through next. Into Abbey Corner then. Brian Ridgeway on this final lap. He is close back in on Andy Storer. Is he going to have a last gasp effort into the village hairpin? No, he was unable to make that successfully, so Storer looking good to hold on to 4th place. But we're back there, Fraser Collins, he's really pulled away from Stapleton and Toft. They head through on the final lap. Nose to tail stuff there. Brian Ridgeway, he's going to take 5th in the lead for sure. Store's pulled away. That's nothing for Brian Ridgeway. He's pretty pleased with another top 5 finish this season. But it was Ian Pearson that was the winner of the US Classic category in the historic Formula Ford winner, and delighted. Andrew Park, 2 wins out of 2 in 2016 so far. Nelson Rowe in 2nd place, and Ben Sims 3rd. Oh, the same 3 drivers finished on the podium, as they did in Castle Coombe, but Sims and Rowe the opposite way round. Let's have a look at that result then. A 10 lapper of the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit with a 4-second victory for Ian Pearson, although 10 seconds in the category, of course, beating Mark Mercer. Andrew Park won the historic Formula Fords by 2 seconds over Nelson Rowe. And Ben Sim completed the top 5 overall. There were a bit of a gap then to Andy Storer, who took 6th ahead of Graham Ridgway. Mick Whitehead, Colin Wright and Andrew Smith round off the top 10 overall. Chris Levy come 11th overall, but that was 3rd in the classic category. 12th was Stephen Glasswell ahead of Jeremy Main. He did lose David Walton on that final lap. Fraser Collins was 14th overall ahead of John Stapleton in his Super V. Rodney Toft was next up ahead of Robert Pearson. Glyn Davis, David Roget, John Conway and James Stewart. The fastest lap went to Ian Pearson at 2 minutes 12.287. Andrew Park the fastest of the historic cars at 2:12.467.